I want you to imagine this. It's Christmas time, time for family. You've just flown across the country to be with your loved ones, and you're especially excited to see your little siblings, little cousins, and your nieces and nephews. Now, when you get there, everyone's on their phone. When it's time for dinner, everyone's watching TV. And when it's time for opening presents, they're doing both. Now, by the end of the night, you realize that you spent almost no time with them. You didn't interact, talk to, see them at all, and that they were just merely there. Now, this is a problem that's growing in today's society. So I'm here to persuade you today that kids need to be put on a digital diet. Now, to do so, we're going to go through some of the problems, the causes of those problems, and then I'm going to give you a couple of unique solutions as to how to deal with this. One of the problems is it's bad for our children's mental development. According to CNN on November 4th of 2019, they showed that kids with more than the recommended amount of screen time had more disorganization and less development in the brain's white matter, which is especially important because this is the part of the brain that deals with cognitive skills, literacy skills, and language skills. Now, even ABC News on April 19th of this year said that as screen time increased, social and emotional development worsened. Now, another problem is it's bad for your health. According to the San Diego Tribune on February 24th of 2015, they said that the two major health concerns are insomnia and nearsightedness. Now, the Washington Post did a study of kids 6 through 19 on October 31st of 2016, that kids that had their cell phone next to them, or bedside if you will, during bedtime hours, they showed that of those kids, 50% of them were less likely to get a full night's rest and 200% more likely to be tired, groggy, and unprepared for the next day. Now that we've seen some of the problems, we're going to go through some of the causes of those problems. Now, the first cause being that kids have way too much accessibility to their devices. According to the LA Times, also on October 31st of 2016, they showed that 72% of children and adolescents had some sort of device that they kept bedside and that they used in the bedtime hours. And this is especially important because those hours are important and vital for a kid's brain to wind down from the day and to prepare for the next. And let's be honest, there's no good that comes from kids being on their phone in the late hours of the night. Another cause being the world that like us, our children live in. Now, we all live in this technologically driven, ever-changing, ever-growing society. And according to the New York Times on May 20th, 2019, they describe technology as an environment where social life, work, and entertainment take place in the same area. Now, this is important because it makes it extremely difficult, if not impossible, for parents to set perfect guidelines, to have that perfect answer, or to know what that perfect digital diet looks like. Now that we've gone through a couple of the problems and causes, I want to show you some unique solutions perhaps. The first one being, try to set a schedule or a contract or an agreement between children and parent. Something that's attainable, something that's workable and reasonable. Perhaps no phones at dinner, or no phones until physical play and homework is done. There's a variety of different things that you can come up with. Perhaps phones only on the weekends, stuff like that. Another solution, more unique solution, is we have to take a look at ourselves as adults and parents, and we have to lead by example. Kids look up to us as adults, caretakers, parents, and whether we like it or not, they follow by example. Now, setting guidelines and restrictions is all good, but if the children see that you can't do the same to some degree, then you're going to have a really hard time getting them to really adhere to those rules. So a unique solution would really truly be to try to monitor it yourself as an adult. Now, adults have infinitely more reasons to need to be on their phone, but a little less screen time doesn't hurt anybody. So now that we've looked at the problems, causes, and solutions, I wanted to remind you that today I was here to persuade you that kids need to be put on a digital diet. We went through some of the problems involved, we went through some of the causes of those problems, and I tried giving you a couple unique solutions as to how to deal with this complex, ever-changing problem. So your call to action, what can you do in the future to help? Well, one thing that you can do is just at the dinner table. It doesn't have to be a holiday, it doesn't have to be a special event. Just one time, try to remember at dinner that with the TV on and everyone with their phones, try to take that away. Try to shut off the TV, shut off the phones, and talk about your day. Talk about your goals. Try to make some jokes. Try to plan what they would want to do for a vacation next time or for the upcoming weekend. And as long as you do that, even if you do it one night a week or just one time, you'll be one step closer to attaining that perfect mediation, and you'll be one step closer to having a well-balanced digital diet for your kids to prepare them for the life that they have coming up for them, to prepare them for the next day. And it will only cause good to have just a little bit less screen time.